mental health and the issues that it presents.
Men don't really talk about mental health issues. We don't really cover any of those topics. Even as us as a friend group, we rarely ever touch on it unless someone's really like visibly down in a bad place.
I would say I've struggled with my battles of depression. I would say, and people around me would say, yes, you've probably been awfully depressed at times.
Just started my 20s, because that's where I was intoxicated and doing nothing with my life. I felt like I was just existing in a shell. I was intoxicated 7 days out of 7.
I remember living in the flat underneath him, and used to go up. He would be half a bottle of JD and he would be smoking his lungs away.
He was turning to alcohol to deal with all his feelings, all his emotions.
I think it was a coping mechanism.
And just going through a lot of battles in your head where you think, I'm not good enough, I don't really think I'm applying myself, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. My relationships aren't great, my friends don't know anything about it. And you're sort of hidden and you're trapped in your own mind.
That side of him is his worst trait, that he wants everybody to think he is Bazinga and I'm happy and I'm famous for my laugh, so I've got to put that persona on when sometimes it's quite hard behind the scenes.
I remember telling him he needs to stop the drinking. Stop drinking so much. You're drinking way too much.
As a close friend of him, it's really scary to see someone in that state because you want to help them as much as you can, but you don't want to push too much that they end up going away from you.
I didn't want to be anymore. I didn't want to be here anymore because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I was letting everyone down. I felt like I was just a burden to absolutely everyone. I felt like I was the shit heap that everyone was dragging along.
In those times, I've made some very stupid decisions that I regret, whether that be endangering myself or whatever it was.
He was saying quite a few worrying things, he can't go on, and it was all getting too much, the pressure was too much and he was struggling.
And I think when you end up going down that rabbit hole, you end up just talking yourself into stupid things.
And I remember Ethan's girlfriend at the time knocking on my flat door and she was crying. I was like, yo, what's going on? What's going on? This is at like 4 a.m. in the morning. And she's telling me that Ethan's not in a good state and he's gone out.
I got in my car pissed as a fart and I was ready to, that was it. Not many people know that. Not many people know that. And that's what I mean is I got in that car with the intention of not getting back out of it. But, it's fucking deep. Yeah, I had the intention of not getting back out of the car that evening.
I was very drunk and I ended up getting in the car and I left the flat with no intention of going back to the flat.
I didn't know he felt that bad, that he felt that he had to even end his life or anything like that.
I was panicking, I didn't know what to do.
In your head, you've now whittled yourself down to meaning nothing. You don't really find any reason to be knocking about anymore. And that's where I'd ended up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'd sort of convinced myself that now was the perfect time to just make myself disappear. It's weird how the world works, but I just got to a point and I sort of pulled the car over and it just hit me. I was like, what are you doing, mate?
That was a very, very scary period for me because I didn't know if I was going to see my friend again, really.
Couldn't you imagine everyone that does actually care about me if I did do that? And I pulled over and I was like, fuck, I'm going home.